Hi guys, I'm James. Welcome back to my channel where I document what I'm up to and what's occurring here on my little allotment in Northamptonshire in the UK. We're having some really nice weather at the moment. It's been kind of grim the past like 2 weeks or so, but the sun's come out. It's not really hot, but it's just nice to get some vitamin D again, isn't it? We don't get a lot of that around here. I'm seeing quite a bit of this plant around at the moment, just growing wild around the allotment. This is called speedwell and it's edible. It's really good for you. It's got loads of vitamins and minerals and everything in. And I usually make it into a nice tea because the flowers look really pretty in the water as well. So I might take some home with me and make a nice herbal tea. And in a previous video where I was pretty sure the wild garlic I planted that seemed to have died has come back, well, it has. This is wild garlic. I'm not going to pick any of it yet because I want it to spread and I want a bit more of it before I just go yanking it out the ground. But yeah, happy that's not completely died, to be honest. Let's just check in my polytunnel, how things are getting on. So, they're doing really well. Covered and wonder peas. What we got in here? Okay, in here I've got, these all need to go out. These might be a priority. Peas and some sweet peas in there. And then the seeds I planted the other day are starting to come up. So here I've planted some more Asturian tree cabbage. This pack here. And that pack at the back there, that's all Asturian tree cabbage. They seem to be coming up slowly. And then down here, my sweet peas are starting to come up slowly as well, which is good to see. Nasturtiums, how are they getting on? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. And my cosmos, because I had to replant them because the ones I planted at home went way too leggy and just collapsed and died. So I've replanted some, so they're doing well. None of these things are big enough to go out yet. My salad leaves are doing well. These were, what were these? Salad Oriental Baby Leaf Mix. They're doing well. And then my beetroots are starting to come up too. So I think a priority one to go out is these peas. I bought them ones, I kind of cheated. Doesn't really say what kind of peas they are, just says pea. But they're wanting to go out, so I might make a TP in one of the beds for them. And some sweet peas in there also need to go out, which I'm gonna put in the pineberry bed at the back to crawl up the trellis. So I think I might get those out first. Ooh. Yeah, I think these need to go out. Let's get a wigwam built. Or a teepee. Teepee? Wigwam? One of them. Anyway, so I've got 6 sticks here. I'm going to try and do it half the bed because I want to get something planted in there, probably spinach, I think I said. But I want to get those peas in that are getting too big in the polytunnel. And it doesn't say how tall they are, so I'm not overly fussed about having massively long canes. I've got some of the taller ones, alderman peas, which need planting, sowing still. Those ones get really tall. So those ones will need big canes, but these ones, because they haven't got a variety name on them, I have no idea, so they're just getting what they get. It's not going to be the neatest teepee slash wigwam slash pea structure, but I'm not neat. I'm not a neat person. As long as they've got something to climb up, I don't think the peas will care. So, I've put some twine around the teepee so that the peas have something to cling onto and climb up. How many peas have I got? I've got a lot. 8 times 3. $24? 24 peas. Okay, right. As they have grown really long in the polytunnel, and I do not want them to die. I'm doing this sort of teepee for these guys, and then the Allotment peas, which do get really tall, I'm going to do an A-frame in the bed next to this. Raspberry canes coming up everywhere. There goes my stool. Told you it was windy today. They're all getting tangled around each other. They've been in there that long. I would have got them out a bit sooner, but just can't trust the weather. The weather's grim. The ones I planted in the gutter are doing really well in the polytunnel. There we go. Generic peas are in, so I'm just going to water them in now. I've gone around and I've tied them up loosely with some twine, so they're pointing upwards basically, just so they know where they're meant to grow. So whether or not they live, who knows, but they've got more chance planted than they did stuck in the polytunnel. I'm just going to put some slug pellets around it as well. Obviously I would prefer not to use these sorts of slug pellets, but I've tried all kinds of different ones. I've tried the beer trap, where you try and lure the slugs into the beer pit, and I've tried wool pellets, so that you soak them and they sort of they go all woolly basically. That's meant to keep the slugs away. I've tried a whole load of things and still things just get absolutely demolished. So if anyone has some other ideas, some really good ways of keeping the slugs away, please let me know. I'm always open to trying them out. If you saw my last video, you would have seen me have an absolute mare building this raised planter, which is going to be for my Gran for Mother's Day, because she's not got great mobility, so she can just sit and do some gardening stuff. So if you want to see how not to build a planter, I suggest you go and watch that. But I've then come up in the week and I've painted it just to protect the wood a bit more. And now, so Mother's Day is tomorrow, so I'm just getting some soil in and then going to plant a few things in there. So I had a few bags of just old bark and old like compost stuff, so just to bulk it up a bit, I've put that in first, and then I've got a couple bags of fresh compost and going to put some chicken manure through it as well. And I've got another 3 of these beds to build. Some chicken manure, just sprinkle that around it. Pretty happy with it. Ready to be planted. And then I've got some little hooks ordered to go on the side. And then I'm going to put these little tools hanging on the hooks so that she can just sit and access them easily. Doesn't have to get up and go looking for anything. I was going to get the sweet peas planted as well, but I was just speaking to my plot neighbour and there was quite a heavy frost last night because there's just no cloud cover. So I don't trust it to not be completely frosted tonight as well. So I don't think I'm going to put them out yet, just until that risk has gone. Annoying because I wanted them in, but I'd rather them go in a bit later and survive than go in now and just get completely obliterated. For this bed here, I have ordered some Pineberries. So Pineberries, if you don't know what they are, they're just white strawberries basically. I'll put a picture up of like what they look like. So I ordered some Pineberries. I'm not massive on strawberries. I don't really eat normal ones. I like the alpine ones, which I'm going to put in one of the new raised beds, like tiny ones. They're nice. And these just look pretty. And apparently they taste a bit like pineapple. And I like pineapple. Loud bird. So I ordered them from Amazon, from Thompson and Morgan. To be honest, didn't have a great experience with them. So I put the order in and they said it was like dispatched 10 days ago. Thompson and Morgan sent the crows to get me. They have eyes everywhere. Yeah, so I put the order in and then it said, oh, it's dispatched. And then it said it was due by a certain date. That date came and went. And then it just kept getting delayed and delayed. So eventually I got in touch with Amazon, well, in touch with Thompson Morgan via Amazon, just saying like, do you know when they're coming? And then I got a message back from Thompson Morgan saying, oh, it's just been dispatched today. I was like, okay, so why did it say that it had been dispatched 10 days ago? So yeah, and then all of a sudden the next day they turn up in the post. I'm not entirely pleased with how they look, with how they've arrived. That. And these were not cheap. In a little plastic bag, all looking battered. We will see. I don't really know how that's going to get on. And then they've also put a pack of fruit and veg slow released fertilizer. We'll see. I mean, we'll get them in. Okay, so I've got some old compost here. that I'm going to just put on the bed, just to give it a bit of a freshen up. So I'm going to just like mash it up, basically, and then put it into the bed. And then I'm going to use this fertilizer, slow release fertilizer. It says to sprinkle it on the top, so I'm going to do that as well. And then get them planted and then water them in. You're meant to plant them about a foot apart, it says online. And see, I'm quite getting to like this gadget. So this is a square foot planter thing I just got online, and it's saying with this to plant them in the orange circle. So it basically is a foot apart. So the measurements are correct. So I'm going to use this just because I'm quite a visual person. I need to like see what I'm doing. So I'll go in the middle first. Mark in the orange circle where that is. So then I know where to plant the strawberry. They don't look too happy. Okay, so there is 6. Some look happier than others. Okay, let's put him in there then. Yeah, I think that one probably will not make it. It does not look happy at all, that one, but hopefully. I'm going to put the happiest looking one in the middle, because if any of them are going to survive, I feel like it's going to be this one. Okay, and then the last 2 over this side. There we go. And there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think a few of them are kind of gonna struggle. I think if any of them are gonna make it, it'll be that middle one. He's the biggest. But I'm just going to sprinkle some of that fertilizer on the top of the surface like the pack says. And I mean, we'll see how they get on. So I'm just going to do a light sprinkle around them. I've never used this kind before, but it was free, so... Well, I say free. I was probably charged for it. They look cool. They look like... They're like little green and purple like balls. If you remember those, was it like millions like ice lolly things? I'm sure I had ones that looked exactly like this. But I'm not going to attempt to eat these ones. I think that's enough. Break them into the surface a little bit. And then I'm just going to water them in quick. I mean, the soil was really quite damp anyway, so I think they'll be fine. But we had a lot of rain last night as well. But, I mean, it can't hurt just to get them settled in, can it? There we go. And hopefully they grow. can sit.
I can sit.
Yeah, you can sit and do stuff.
Sit. That's what we sit. I absolutely love it.
Good. What are you going to put in it?
Everything I can. Absolutely everything. Get free meals. It's not Meals on Wheels, it's Meals in a Box.
Well, happy Mother's Day, guys. I've just brought my Gran up here and she absolutely loved the new bed. She's very excited. She's already got things planned to go in. So, a job well done. And the weather is lovely. So I hope that you all have a lovely Mothering Sunday. And guys in the UK, don't forget the clocks have gone forward. That caught me out this morning. So yeah, everyone have a fab weekend and see you next time. Bye guys.